Hi, beautiful people. Happy Monday. Hope everyone had an amazing weekend. Over the weekend, I was sent screenshots of a post made by Without a Crystal Ball on her Instagram, and she posted about Gypsy Rose. Katie Joy can post about what she wants to post about. There's place for everyone. But just be honest, which Katie Joy is obviously incapable of because she, as per usual, made it all about her. And as she was responding to comments, she was saying how she is a victim of Gypsy and the Blanchards. That is so far from the truth. And please don't be misled. I am not flip-flopping and going over to the dark side. I am merely correcting Without a Crystal Ball's lies. She posted an excerpt from the newly released Foyer where it explains that in a video from 2014, Gypsy shows Nick that she can walk, and she tells Nicholas Godejohn that when she was 6 years old, she had surgery done, and the doctor said that Gypsy had a seizure and that she was paralyzed. They didn't know if it was only temporary, but Gypsy did start getting a tingling feeling back, and she kept it from her mum. And if you guys want to read it in depth, you can just pause to read. So, Without a Crystal Ball. Previously unreleased records from Nicholas Godejohn's trial revealed that Gypsy Blanchard lied to her mother that she could not walk. Gypsy had feeling in her legs, but refused to tell her mother because she felt her mother would not love her. Gypsy told Nicholas in a video she admitted that having to tell friends that she lied would be too hard. So, I guess this means Didi truly believed her daughter when she said that she could not walk. None of this evidence was allowed at his trial and debunks that Gypsy was a victim of Munchausen's by proxy. Gypsy was malingering, even to her mother. What? Did you mean even with her mother? Or did you mean even to her mother? Get it together, Katie Joy. Her comment section. OMG. I follow the story on YouTube. It's fire emoji. Without a Crystal Ball, it's not. Gypsy is a horrific human. That's what I was suggesting with my fire emoji. Sorry for the misunderstanding. Without a Crystal Ball. I was friends with the family for 5 years. I've spoken with Gypsy. She's horrible. And I don't want to give her show any life. I understand. Katie, did she say this is season 2? I didn't start watching it yet. To which Without a Crystal Ball says, I will not watch. That woman and her family have bullied and terrorized me for months because I don't believe their lies anymore. What? I'm sorry, I didn't know that. What the heck? I won't watch either then. Absolutely not. Did you share this before I started following you? I totally missed the first few sentences of the description and only saw that Gypsy lied to her mother that she couldn't walk and after. I missed that. It was from Nicholas Godejohn's trial. Katie Joy, yes, I came forward in July about the lies the family is telling. Everything Gypsy has told the media and prosecutors is a lie. She murdered her mother in cold blood. I was wondering if you would be covering season 2 or not. Nope, I'm not watching. Gypsy is pathological and seriously disturbing. I haven't watched a single episode. Don't need to. All she does is lie. I'm skeptic as well, but do you truly believe that her mother didn't abuse her? Without a Crystal Ball, she did not medically abuse her. That is quite a revelation, to me at least. In May of 24, Katie Joy came forward with a post exposing Gypsy and the Blanchards after she was kept in the dark about Gypsy's meeting with Kim Kardashian, and she felt so offended that she had to learn about it like the rest of the public. As you can see from these screenshots what she said and how she outed Gypsy and the Blanchards, and when they pacified her and took her back into the fold, she made a statement that she archived that post that she made, and she also made a post how she had a 3-hour phone conversation with Gypsy for 3 hours, and all is well with her, Gypsy, and the Blanchards. Now we can go to July, when Katie Joy came forward again after turning on Gypsy and the Blanchards for the second time, and this time she was kicked out of the fold for good because she thought that she was the head bitch in charge and that she could say whatever she wanted to say about Gypsy and the Blanchards and they would just let it slide. That is when Gypsy blocked her, never looked back. And she even tried to seek help from Gypsy's spokesperson, Bree, by asking Bree to try talk to Gypsy and let Gypsy know. And this is not verbatim, but this is just my interpretation of what actually went down. That Gypsy is making such a huge mistake and that Gypsy needs Katie Joy because of her success on YouTube. And Katie Joy even sent Bree her tax records to prove how successful she is on YouTube and to prove that she has made millions on her YouTube channel. Without a crystal ball claims that Gypsy and her family bullied and terrorized her, I would disagree because I have always questioned how Gypsy and her family would bully and terrorize every other creator that spoke out about Gypsy, but they never not once attacked Katie Joy. Katie Joy was the one that sat on her social media platforms, TikTok, YouTube, and she was the one that terrorized them, antagonized them, for them to respond to her, for them to acknowledge her, for them to give her some kind of attention. And they never did. And to this day, I always wonder, but why? Katie Joy was so proud to be friends with this family for 5 years. She even chose to ignore the truth to be in good graces with this family. In 2019, she knew from my observation, from an interview that she did, that Gypsy murdered her mom and that Nicholas was developmentally delayed and that he shouldn't be imprisoned and that he could be autistic, like her son, who is autistic, can be manipulated to murder.
Well, she murdered her mom. Well, he is absolutely developmentally delayed and should not be in prison.
When you read emails that he does, he is intelligent.
But that doesn't, you can be intelligent and autistic.
No, autistic, absolutely. No, not the same, no.
But he's not developmentally slow in any means, no.
But autism is considered a developmental disability.
It's considered a neurological disability.
No, it affects all aspects of development. My son is autistic, so
okay. Do you believe that your son could be manipulated into murdering somebody?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Why do you think that could happen?
Because they're vulnerable.
Because you're actually the first one that we've talked to that has said that.
I think anyone that has autism can be manipulated because they're vulnerable.
We'll leave a link to their entire video in the description box. So, after 5 years of being such good friends with this family and being their bulldog and being Gypsy's mentor, to now saying she is a horrific person. Look, I am just a stay-at-home mom who heard about the story, followed it, and from the get-go, I knew Gypsy was sinister. Whereas, Without a Crystal Ball seems to have also felt the same way, but threw it all out the window just to have a connection to a source, a front row seat, to then turn on this family like she has done with many others, like Amy Duggar King and Lindsay Chrisley. When they don't do things her way, she turns on them and goes and digs into their private lives and looks for dirt to use against them, to humiliate them, so she can look like the victim. And this time was no exception. She, a few months ago, trashed Rod Blanchard, digging into his life and his family, his parents, after being his protector, trashing Christy, and now believing all those people that she trashed for Gypsy and the Blanchards. This is who Without a Crystal Ball is. She made a post about Gypsy Rose being a liar and how Nicholas Goldejohn was unfairly treated and misled, but she made it all about herself. She chose to throw her morals out the window for recognition, to have a story, to get the inside scoop, and now she is saying she is the victim of the Blanchards and Gypsy. She is the victim of herself. She is playing on the emotions of a fresh set of followers that she has gained since she's been talking about the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni lawsuit. Without a Crystal Ball has been deemed as one of the most problematic commentary channels. She cannot get along with any other creator. She has accused other creators of the most heinous stuff, all because things didn't go her way. She has been going through defamation lawsuits as long as her channel has existed. She will lie about a story, sensationalize a story, to gain more followers, to get more views. Again, as of a few days ago, she is claiming her job as an investigative journalist. If she was an investigative journalist, why didn't she do her job and do her due diligence and investigate Gypsy Rose Blanchard? If she had done that from the get-go, she wouldn't be claiming to be a victim. She has no excuse to not have known the truth. She was best friends with the person that had all the documents, who is Gypsy Rose's stepmother, Christy Blanchard. And as per Katie Joy's own words, she said Christy was handing out those documents like candy. There is a slight difference between Gypsy Rose and Without a Crystal Ball. The only difference is that she didn't murder her mother. She abandoned her own mother, but at her most vulnerable time. As Katie Joy says, she has no contact with her mother. A time when her mother needed her the most. And all this was spoken about by Katie Joy. So that would tell you the type of person she is. So with ending this, Katie Joy is not a victim of anyone but herself and her stupidity. She is the bully. She is the one that terrorizes people, threatens people. And Katie Joy, I'm still waiting for the proof of the statement that you put out on your platform that I agree to help the man that is suing you for defamation. With all that said, thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a wonderful and productive upcoming week. Please be safe out there. Be kind to one another. And don't forget, make good memories. Bye, guys.